The cue tip is the smallest part of the cue stick, but that doesn't make it any less important. Most tips are made of leather and are available in many different levels of hardness. Beginners often use a softer tip, as it makes it easier to put spin on the ball. The softer the tip, the more it grabs the cue ball when it's struck off-center. More experienced players tend to go for a medium hard tip, which gives more control over the ball. As you get more experience, try different styles of tips to see which one is right for you. While the cue tip might be one of the most important parts of the cue, it's also the most neglected. Unless you take care of it, your cue tip could get damaged, and that could greatly affect the accuracy of your shots. So, what can you do to protect it? Cue chalk is used to protect the cue tip. When the cue tip is chalked properly, it will grip the cue ball at the moment of impact and prevent it from slipping. This is particularly important when you're striking the cue ball off-center. Watch what happens here. Let's see what happens if the tip isn't chalked. As you can see, if a cue is smooth and has little or no chalk, a dead center shot will result in a near-perfect shot. But if we take the same smooth cue and strike the cue ball off-center, it will result in the ball moving radically off to the side. Did you hear that sound as we hit the ball? This is called a miscue, and if you want to get good at billiards, it's a sound you'll want to hear as little as possible. It's always a good idea to check the edges of your tip to make sure they're in good condition. And always chalk your cue before every shot. This way you'll give yourself the best chance of making the ball go where you want it to go, which is really what billiards is all about. Even though it's not used during a game, the cue rack actually plays a very significant role in how well your cue performs. A cue stick left leaning against a wall will eventually warp due to temperature, humidity, and the weight of the cue pushing in on itself. And it's not hard to see that a warped cue is an unusable cue. That's why it's really important to store your cues in the rack, keeping the weight and pressure off the shafts so they'll remain straight. If you don't have a cue rack, just leave the cues flat on the table or some other flat surface when they aren't in use. If you want more information on how you can improve your billiard skills, visit FocusOnBilliards.com.